I'm Irina.
And I'm Matei.
We are from Romania and we are here in the neighborhood organized by Hackclub Foundation. So we joined the Freedom Week and we've been thinking about ideas today. We had just arrived in America last night, so we are kind of accommodating right now. We first thought of making a game, but none of us had any experience in game making, and we thought we would be really slow and probably wouldn't finish. So, since we both have a history in making educational tools, we thought we would kind of go in that direction.
Yeah, and since the robotics slash informatics domain in Romania, especially in education, is not so evolved. Like the grade books are pretty bad, especially the digital ones, and there are no educational virtual tools. We thought of making, as my colleague here said, a complete platform with multiple tools. We'd like to start with a simple grade keeping tool and absence keeping tool, a grade book, an absence book that also has a lot of metrics like average calculators, graphics, and everything that the student would need to know how they're doing. And after doing that, we'd like to continue with all kinds of stuff from a literature website, because literature is one of the most important subjects in Romania, Romanian literature. And from that, we would also perhaps want to go in the quiz making direction. And if we still have time at the end of the week, we'll see what else.
And maybe add my neurovision to it.
Yeah, because she made actually to get here a neural network visualizing tool where anybody can learn almost everything about the basics of uh, networks.
Yeah. Um, okay, so I guess we will keep you updated. Hi, this is the end of the second day. Today we worked on the design and we made it in Figma. We made these for pages that we would like to implement in our project this week.
Yes, so since we already told you yesterday that we'd like to make a classroom-like environment for the Romanian virtual class books and a quiz tool and some literature stuff, we first did those dashboards which have the different subjects and statistics like how many grades we need, the absences, the average for that subject, and also graphs, time-based graphs. We also did for Quizcraft. We tried this name. We like it for the quiz making tool, and we want to make like an artificial intelligence tool that can eat up multiple documents, PDFs, words, photos, and you could just hit generate and select some types of questions, and it would generate different quizzes that you can access and exercise with. And for the literature one, we tried Literaria. It is a more Romanian word, let's say, and it has, at least we want it to have, a lot of literature articles for the baccalaureate exam here in Romania. So yeah, you have your articles, and that's about it. Bye.
Hi, this is our third day. So today is 4th of July, and we went out to see the fireworks and kind of walk around San Francisco on this special day. So we haven't had a lot of time to work, but we made this UI for the Quizcraft, and we are making our app in Next.js, and for the backend, we are using Nest.js, and we want in the future to integrate Gemini in our project.
Yeah, so as we said, we didn't have a lot of time, so for now we only did the UI. We added a menu where you can add different files. We added types of questions. You can select here the type, which can be true or false, multiple choice, single choice, short answer or long answer, the difficulty, easy, medium or hard, and the number of such questions. You can add more question groups in the same manner, and then at the end you can click generate, but of course for now it doesn't work. And you can also see here previous quizzes and the files they used. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Bye.
Hi, this is the fourth day, second to last day. So we finished Questcraft because told, we said before it was just UI. Now it's actually working to use it.
Yeah, so you can go and just add a file and go like here and add, let's say, a random file. Let's add the picture. This one, for example, the neighborhood waiver. And you can create question groups. I'll only do one so it generates fast, and I'll hit generate. And after you wait a bit, a request will be made to the Gemini servers, and when it comes back, hopefully, all right, perhaps if we refresh, yeah, you can see it here, and you can open it and you'll see a question. And for example, the event liability release stipulates that blah blah blah, true or false. And I'll say true, for example, and submit my answer. And the answer was actually false. And this works with all kinds of questions. We have the true or false, the multiple choice, all of them. So we can just play around. And we also started working and finished Literarium.
So, Mate has actually worked on this before, a little, but it was like
Yeah,
the
we
basic, very very basic structure. We like really got like made it.
yeah, going quickly over the current design. Before we had those pages where you can see Romanian literature articles we sectioned in those folders with authors and whatnot. And I believe I presented this before in other Hackclub events. But since it was an educational Romanian thing, I thought that I should just add it and, of course, add some modifications. So the UI was updated. I made a npm library for those rounded corners you see here. It's called React Rounded Corner, which I've worked on. And I've also added an admin panel where you can go here and add new articles. That wasn't before. We used to just go into the database and manually add those. And we also have a lot more articles. And the UI itself is changed here and there to be more responsive and just to look better.
And that's what we did today.
Yeah,
Tomorrow we'll have to finish SchoolHub,
yeah, we want to make that grade estimator and grade keeping tool we talked about in the first day. So yeah, see
wish
you
us
tomorrow.
luck. Hi, today is Sunday, the last day, and we managed to finish. I was a bit skeptical because I thought we weren't gonna have enough time, but it was fine. We logged in today. Uh, yeah, it was fun. What can I say? So, uh, this is the school hub. Here is where you can like.
Yeah, SchoolHub is the centralized grade noting and absence taking app we talked about in the first day. This is the login page. You can switch between login and register just like so, and you can refresh and there's this cool animation, and you can actually see this reflect in the URL. Like if you're on register it says register and on login it says login. It's a pretty neat and subtle change. So let's go here and register using, let's say, test@gmail.com with a password. And on a successful register, we'll get redirected to the login. Of course, if we enter an email that already exists or that it's invalid, it will say so. Then we can log in with the same credentials. And here we can see the grades. Now, I already have a cookie set for those, but for new users, you would go here to profile and you would modify the Noten Catalog user and password. Noten Catalog being the platform we use for note taking, which is
Note
pretty
taking.
bad for note taking, for
Great.
absences and grade taking. Yeah, which is actually pretty bad. As you can see, the UI is horrible and there's no statistics. You can barely see your absences and notes, grades, whatever. They're called notes in Romania.
No.
All right. When you're done with your profile, you can go back and you can click on one of the subjects to see the evolution, the number of grades out of the total, the average, the absences, unexcused absences, progress, individual grades, and individual absences. And that's about it with SchoolHub School Visualizer. We'd also like to add in the future a smart calculator for averages. So like if I want a target of 9.5, then what should I get in chemistry, for example, where, as you can see, I have some bad grades. And the calculator would automatically tell us, hey, you need a 10 in chemistry and perhaps a 8 in geography to raise your average up to 9.5, and it would be cool. So yeah.
Alright, so this was our project for Freedom Week. We hope you like it, and I don't know, like it is really helpful for students in Romania because compared to Noten Catalog, it is so great because Noten Catalog doesn't offer anything. It is so bad and so annoying to use. And like as students, we lose a lot of time trying to like calculate every average for every
Subject.
subject. And yeah, this will be
It will save a lot of time
yeah.
in the end game.
um so yeah, this, you wanna add anything?
Nope, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we hope we like there will be more weeks like this because it was fun.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, bye.
Bye.